Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people. This is the Declasse Drift Tampa with the drift tune applied. And I'm about to find out if it'll off-road in the snow. Because nothing says I'm a glutton for punishment more than taking a low traction drift car up a mountain that's covered in snow. Yeah. I even slid past my normal start spot to back up a little bit. Not a good sign of things to come. Looks like there are a couple other drift vehicles joining me. It looks like the FR30 is 6. Is that what it's called? I don't know. The Infinity. The Fathom. I can't remember what it's called. And then there was Drift Yosemite, but he seems to be falling a bit behind. In fact, he winds up abandoning it. It's not too long into the recording, and you know what? Probably the smart idea, because this was rough. I mean, what do you expect? Yeah, they're all-wheel drive, but that doesn't really matter because they have no grip. I do appreciate that the drift cars have a lot more turn-in. So yeah, I got a little too aggressive there on the gas and made the tire spin, so I lost all grip. And so just the momentum of the car traveling in the direction that it was going caused me to slide off to the side. Raven up there at the top right showing off like, look how far I got. In my drift car, I think his is tuned to drift spec. It looked like it was earlier. And then, yeah, same type of thing. Not a lot of grip. Just the angular momentum. I think that's the term to describe it. I slid right off the hill trying to go up. And you know, it's not many vehicles that struggle with this first little steep climb. And I'm going to talk about right here, but where we just slid off. Usually the only thing that really struggles here are really long vehicles because they get high centered. Or something with like a wedge or something on the front that hits that ramp before it can clear it. But we got past it. I just kind of Jeremy Clarkson more powered it and got there, and that might be the slowest hiker takedown that we've ever seen. By the way, we have a lot of time to talk because this takes a while. If you want to join us for Will It Off-Road, or any of our community videos, as well as our community streams, you are welcome to. All you need to do is be part of the Vainglorious Discord server. The link is in the description down below, and I'm sliding completely off the path. And there's nothing I can do about it. Yes, I'm hitting the brakes. It doesn't matter. Lost my hood already. Doesn't that snowman look fantastic in there? But yeah, you're welcome to join us for all those live streams and all of the community videos. We play on PC primarily, though we do occasionally also feature some Nintendo Switch with some Mario Kart. And eventually other stuff too. I just have to get more games for the Switch. Oh, that's sad. Cargo is not delivered. But even if you don't play on PC and you're not able to take part in our community videos and streams, we'd still love to have you as part of the server. We have an ever-growing community. I think we're coming up like 275 or so. And any given day, about 10% of that's active. So, you know, a handful of people that are there every single day, and a lot of others that, you know, show up just from time to time. And we would love for you to join in part of that. So hit us up. Link in the description to Discord is down below. And also, I haven't talked about it in a while. There is Will It Off-Road merch available. 3 different designs. One is just kind of a bird's eye view of the actual course up the mountain. Just kind of a stencil outline. The second is a silhouette of the mountain itself. And then the third is my favorite. And it is a silhouette of 3 different vehicles going over the jump for the damage descent at the very top of the mountain. All of those are available on the Vainglorious merch shop. You can check that out again at the link in the description down below. I've kept the prices as reasonable as Teespring will let me. I don't really make a whole lot off of each sale, but every little bit helps, you know. Plus, you can, you know, represent Will It Offroad and Vainglorious Gaming out in the real world. So, coming up for, what is this, our second push up this part of the hill, I think? Yeah, because the first one we fell off. And already I'm in trouble. I let off the gas a little too much coming around that corner because I didn't want the back end to start coming out. I was hoping to keep it straight. And because of that, I lost every bit of speed I had. The only thing keeping me from sliding backwards right now are the vehicles behind me. You can see I've got all my wheels locked up, and now I'm spinning. And it doesn't matter. It's just, even with the brakes on, this thing just can't get grip. And no, I'm not getting help because my cars can't have help in Will It Offroad. I've tried. I'm thinking if I just go low throttle, and it was kind of working there for a bit. Even though the rear wheels were spinning, the front wheels had grip. But then the front wheels broke grip, and that was that. Just not a whole lot that I can really do with a drift car that goes Raven. Yeah, he's gone. Reminder, I need to turn off text chat in game. I keep forgetting to. But yeah, bye Raven. And now I've just bonked into Rocket. I remember in recording, I was like, I need you to back up. I need to go farther backwards, please. And yeah, so this is going to be interesting here with this hiker. He's a little angry at me, I guess, for running over the other hiker. By the way, there's Donkey's replacement vehicle. And this thing has so little grip that I can't get any speed. And the dude is able to just run up alongside my car and pull me out, even though I was driving. But people are shooting at him, so he'll run away. If he doesn't get just taken out by the door of my car first. So I'm back in. And this is our third attempt in Will It Offroad. If they fail 3, we DNF them typically, unless I'm just feel like the car can really do it. But I was not optimistic going into this third run, though this is the highest up here I get. However, I don't think, yeah, it's the DNF. I don't think there was anything that was getting this thing up the mountain. So that means it has to meet the same fate that all vehicles that DNF meet if ever it stops sliding down the mountain. Again, I'm on the brakes. You can see the brake lights are on. Here I'm just trying to ride it out and wait for something on the terrain or, you know, hobo to slow me down. And there we go. That worked. So yeah. Every vehicle the DNFs meets the exact same fate, and this time the honors were done by sparing Donkey, who, yeah, took himself out. But that is going to bring us to our next vehicle. The Vapid Aleutian, one of the many, many, many SUVs in the Chop Shop update. Well, it looks like Donkey had some issues in that, what's it called? Benefactor, I don't know, can't remember. Dubsta 2, actually. So, going back to the drift vehicle real quick, it was the 12th out of 74 that DNF'd, and I would also like to ask you guys, what do you think once the snow's gone? Should we do all the drift spec cars on Will It Offroad? I don't really think any of them are going to be able to make it up the mountain. I may try one, and if it does okay, I may try more. But I'd really like to know your input on it as well. So leave a comment down below letting me know if you'd like to see us try to get the drift cars up the mountain. Like I said, I'm not really optimistic that they can do it. I think that the same place that the Drift Tampa failed today will be where they will fail even without snow in perfect dry conditions. I think that's just a little too steep for all 4 wheels to keep grip. And once the wheels start spinning on that climb, for any car, it's usually game over. For front-wheel drive cars that start spinning there and can't make it up, we can always turn around and reverse and get up pretty easy. But that would do absolutely no good. in a drift car because they're all-wheel drive. So yeah, let me know what you think. But the Aleutian is going to be one of those cars that in 6 months I forget exists. I mean, it's all right. You know, it's a big SUV. It's nothing special at all. It has some decent customization options. Donkey is in his Ron Racing livery, looks pretty cool. I like the way mine looks, just a basic SUV with some, you know, sporty stripes, because stripes has horsepower. But overall, meh, it's an okay SUV. Way overpriced. But hey, at least my Vapid collection is still complete, right? Which, if you're not aware, if you're new to the channel, I have over 500 vehicles in GTA Online between my two characters. One of these days I'm going to do maybe this spring, possibly into the summer, restart my garage tour series. I'd really like to showcase all my vehicles again. It's kind of the reason Mullet Off-Road started, was a way for, once my original garage tour series concluded, for me to show off new cars that I got. And it morphed into a community thing instead. But yeah, I have lots and lots of vehicles in GTA Online, and they're pretty much organized by manufacturer. So, you know, if Vapid comes out with something new, I'll buy it just so my Vapid collection's complete. There's only one collection that will never ever be complete, and that's Benefactor, and we are not going to talk about why. So yeah, we're climbing up just fine. By the way, make sure you're playing Mullet Off-Road Bingo. The link is in the description down below. And if you manage to win a bingo, then let us know about it in the comments down below, and you'll be, I believe, our 6th winner ever in the entire history of Mullet Off-Road. This kind of surprised me that I struggled here. The front end just snowplowed on me. And I wasn't really hard on the throttle at all, but it seemed like it was going to grip and climb like it's doing now, but instead it just kind of went to the side. But whatever. We are up to the top of the mountain, 3 minutes, 21 seconds. So, will it off-road? As somebody crowded the camera there. Yeah, you know, it did fine. Under 3.5, even under 4 is decent for in the snow. Our bar for dry conditions is under 3 minutes to say yes, it's really good. But I'd say 3:24 is not too shabby, though. You know, there are vehicles that have beat it by more than a minute. Up. Speaking of where it stands with other vehicles, out of 74 that we have tested as of today, it is 25th, so pretty close to the top third. It is exactly 3 seconds slower than a Dominator GTX, and it is 3.5 seconds faster than one of the vehicles we tested last week, the Impaler LX. In terms of SUVs, of the 8 that we have tested in the snow, it is 6th, so down there in the bottom quarter. It is 13.15 seconds slower than the Jubilee, which is also a big SUV, but it puts its power down a lot better. And then it's basically 8 seconds, 7.95 seconds faster than a Seminole Frontier, which I was kind of surprised by, given that Seminole Frontier is typically a pretty decent off-roader. It must have, maybe just its extra power caused it to exceed its traction. Oh, Raven, what's happening there, buddy? Raven always has the worst times in Mullet Off-Road. But he also hasn't done it as many times as several of us. Like, Hobo's been there, you know, since almost the beginning. So Hobo's been up and down the mountain nearly as many times as I have. There, I finally got that sentence finished. But you would think with my expertise, I would not fall off the mountain, but I just did. And the reason being is the brakes aren't the best on the Aleutian. I readily admit when I just like ham it and make just a stupid mistake. But I was going slow and I was being very cautious. But even despite that, it couldn't shave off the speed, and off I went. And now the struggle is to get back up to the trail. And so in that case, I'm going to once again rely on power and speed. Just gun it, and we're back on the trail. Albeit a little lower than where we exited, but that's okay. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And speaking of Raven having a bad time and all of us getting together for community videos, there is a behind-the-scenes version of Will It Off-Road, which if you've watched Will It Off-Road before, you've heard me talk about this, but it is ad-free. It is less edited, so you get to see a lot of the behind-the-scenes and outtakes and things like that. Like if we have a fail or if my game crashes or things like that, you get to see all those things. Plus, you get to hear our Discord conversation. So when people are having a rough time, you can hear the slew of profanities that they utter, because it's pretty funny. Now, we just have a pretty good time, and you can access that ad-free, less edited Discord call version of Will It Off-Road by being a channel supporter. Either right here on YouTube, being a channel member, which I would greatly appreciate some channel members, or on Patreon with a monthly pledge, be a Twitch subscriber, or on our Discord server itself, get a server subscription. We're down 3 minutes, 11 seconds. As Raven gets squished by a hobo's Granger. That was pretty incredible. Good job. I don't know why he's been jumping out of his car lately. But, you know, it's good comedic effect, so I'm not really going to question it. Hobo going for the air launch from his Avenger while the rest of us went down off the side of the mountain. By the way, with the members only video, the way it works is you have your respective service linked to Discord. And then once you do, the bots take care of everything. Of course, you have to be a member of the Vainglorious Discord server for that to work, because I use a special Vainglorious HQ is what we call it. But we have a media channel for channel supporters where I post the link to all the behind-the-scenes videos. And it's not just Will It Off-Road that gets behind the scenes. It's most of our community videos. Plus, occasionally there's some IRL stuff. Like I did last year, I did an updated setup tour. The only people who have ever seen that are supporters. It's never been shared outside of that. And I've had a couple of other just IRL things that I post in there. Plus, it's the channel that is the only channel that I get notifications for on all of Discord. Get notifications on my phone. Everything else is turned off. Nothing gets pushed to my phone except that one channel. So, you know, if you really want to pester me, that's the way to do it. Because that's the only one I'll see. So, yeah. The Aleutian is taking a beating, and I'm very glad to see, once again this week, that we have a rather good damage model for the car. The mesh is definitely loading in damage, though it does make that rear bumper float kind of weird, but, you know, that's all right. What I'm thinking is we're seeing GTA 6 cars coming up, and so more time was taken on those vehicles since they're going to be part of the new game. That's my theory. I don't know that for sure. But, and because of that, we wind up getting more sophisticated models for everything, because they don't have to rush with just a smaller DLC staff and budget. But suspension's broken, as you can tell right there. We're down 2 minutes, 6 seconds. So let's take a look at the damage on the Aleutian. And all of the lights are gone. Most of the windows as well. The hood, most of the doors, and the tailgate are just missing. They're up on Mount Chiliad somewhere. The wheels are definitely bent and severe body damage, which I like to see. When you throw it down a mountain, it should have severe body damage. But that's going to wrap it up for this week. We will be back next week, and maybe probably the week after that, and maybe even the week after that, with more Will It Off-Road in the snow before we resume regular Will It Off-Road. The Will It Off-Road will probably go on a very short break. We've got some human fall flat videos that never got published, so we'll probably do 1 or 2 of those before we return to Will It Off-Road after the snow ends. But thank you so much for watching. There's 3 kajillion things you could have watched on YouTube today, and you chose to watch this, so I appreciate that. And until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.